God says, I will be sending $330 million in cash to your bank account today. Prayer for money. Stop for a moment and hear this. For it is not by chance that you are reading these words. What you are about to hear has the power to change your life forever. In the next few moments, heaven is preparing to release a miracle so monumental that it will alter the very course of your future. God has already spoken, and a divine decree has been made. $330 million is being released, marked with your name. The question is, will you be ready to receive it right now, at this very moment? The spiritual realm is alive with activity, and angels of abundance are preparing to move on your behalf. You may have faced struggles, fears, and obstacles for far too long, but heaven is opening the door for a breakthrough. However, this window of opportunity is brief, and if you allow distractions to take your focus away, you might miss the very key that unlocks the future you've been waiting for. Remember, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. Your future is in His hands, and He is calling you to step into that plan now. You didn't stumble upon these words by accident. Heaven is speaking to you right now. Your name is being spoken in the heavenly courts, and a command has been issued that is specifically for you. There is a mighty transfer of wealth in progress, a release of blessings so vast that no enemy, no fear, no past failure can prevent it. The chains that have bound you, whether of poverty, disappointment, or despair, are breaking right now. This is the moment when everything shifts. The Lord will open to you His good treasury, the heavens, to give the rain to your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your hands. Deuteronomy 28, verse 12. The time of struggle and lack is over. Abundance is being released. But here's the key. Spiritual laws work through timing and obedience. There is only a brief moment for you to make the decision to step forward, to claim your blessing. If you hesitate, if you doubt, if you allow fear or confusion to keep you from acting, the door may close and the opportunity may slip away. This isn't a random promise or a fleeting moment. It is a divine order from heaven itself. The heavens are open, and this is your time to move. You may have been facing invisible walls for too long, but this is the moment they come down. Right now, heaven is waiting on your response. The enemy may try to distract you, to make you think that this moment isn't real or that you aren't worthy. Don't let those lies dictate your future. This is a call to your faith. This is a divine message, and it has been hand-delivered to you. You must stay awake, stay alert, and act in faith. The enemy doesn't want you to receive this. But this is the moment where your obedience unlocks the greatest blessings of your life. This is not a time for passive waiting or questioning. This is your burning bush moment. The moment where God calls your name and invites you to step into your purpose. You've waited long enough. Now is the time to act. Declare with boldness and confidence. I receive this blessing. I will not miss my moment. Write it down, speak it out, and make it known to the world. Your declaration is your faith in action, and it will move heaven and earth on your behalf. You may feel hesitant. You may wonder if you're truly worthy. But know this: God has already moved. His provision is already on its way, and angels are aligning resources to meet your needs. The only thing that can stop this breakthrough is your doubt. It's time to step into the next season of your life, one of abundance, overflow, and divine favor. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. Matthew 7, verse 7. Do not let this moment pass by. Right now, you stand at the threshold of a new season. The invisible clock is ticking, counting down to your breakthrough. In just a few short minutes, your faith and obedience can shift everything in your favor. Don't hesitate any longer. Don't let fear or pride rob you of what is already yours. As you act in faith, you will step into a wealth so great that your family, friends, and even those who once doubted you will be in awe of what God has done in your life. This is a moment that separates those who believe from those who doubt. How many times in your life have you missed out on blessings because you hesitated? Because you didn't believe fully? This is not the time to be passive. This is the time to step forward in faith, to claim the wealth, the breakthrough, and the abundance that God has prepared for you. The spiritual world is moving, the heavens are aligning, and your miracle is just a moment away. Don't let fear steal your future. God is waiting for your response. Your obedience will unlock your blessing. If you truly believe that God can transform your life in a single moment, then let your heart speak boldly and declare with faith, I receive this blessing. I refuse to miss my moment. This is not just a phrase. It is an act of faith, a declaration that you are ready to break every barrier that has held you back and step into a life of overflow. Don't scroll away. Don't wait for another time. Don't let hesitation steal what is meant for you today. Right now is your divine appointment, your chance to shift your life into the flow of heaven's abundance. God says, I will be sending $330 million in cash to your bank account today. Prayer for money becomes powerful when it is mixed with faith, and faith comes alive when you speak it boldly. Do you believe that the same God who multiplied 5 loaves and 2 fish can multiply your life in ways beyond your imagination? There is a reason for the exact number 330 million. It's not random. It carries a prophetic meaning. The number 3 represents the fullness of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The number 30 represents seasons of preparation and sudden promotion. Think of Joseph. He was 30 years old when he was lifted from prison to the palace, ruling Egypt. Jesus also began his ministry at 30, stepping into his destiny. Now multiply this number by thousands and thousands, and you see a picture of explosive increase and unstoppable blessings. This is more than just money. It is a prophetic sign of what God is about to do in your life. Where you have seen only fragments, He is bringing fullness. Where you have felt invisible, He is about to place you in positions where no one can ignore you. This blessing is not only for you, it will shift your entire bloodline. Generational struggles, curses of lack and limitation are being broken off. Your children and grandchildren will point back to this very moment as the day when everything changed. But God's overflow is not meant for you to store up selfishly. He is raising you up to be a giver, a builder, and a blessing to others. When He increases you, He also expands your capacity to impact lives. Heaven operates by a divine law. What you give flows back multiplied. The more you pour out, the more He pours back into you. Take a deep breath right now and let this truth soak in. 330 million is nothing for God. It is only a drop in the ocean of His unlimited abundance. Your natural mind may question it, but your spirit knows this is your confirmation. Are you ready to receive if your heart feels faith stirring? Write it down. I am ready for supernatural multiplication. My family will never be the same. Say it boldly and out loud, because your declaration shifts the unseen realm. Heaven listens when you speak in faith, and the enemy trembles when you proclaim God's promises without fear. If you have ever prayed and asked God for a sign, let me tell you, this is it. Your time is now. Your breakthrough has arrived. At this very moment, the angel of transfer is moving. In the invisible realm, there is no chaos, only divine order. Angels are carrying out God's instructions with perfect precision, just like Daniel in chapter 10. When his prayer was heard the very first day, but delayed because of spiritual warfare, your prayer has already been answered, and your miracle is on the way. The angel assigned to you is standing at the vaults of heaven, holding a package with your name written on it. Inside is not only financial increase, but restoration of everything you've lost, healing for the wounds of your heart, redemption for wasted years, and the fulfillment of dreams you thought were gone forever. This is not just about finances, it's about your destiny. And maybe you're asking, why me? Why now? The answer is simple. Because you were chosen, because you dared to believe, because your faith has touched heaven's throne. Think of the many times God has sent angelic help throughout history. Moses was guided in the wilderness. Peter was freed from prison. And even Jesus himself was strengthened by angels in his moment of need. Now it is your turn. Your supernatural visitation is here, and it is personal. Speak your faith right now. My angel of transfer is moving now. I receive heaven's package for my life. Don't just whisper it, declare it with conviction, because angels respond to the sound of your faith-filled words. Your voice activates the delivery of heaven's resources. As you speak, picture doors swinging wide, locks breaking open, and treasures being released. Faith is the key that opens what has been shut. You are not just waiting on God. God is waiting on you to believe, to declare, and to receive. Friend, this is not a coincidence. It is a confirmation. If God could provide for Joseph in a foreign land, if he could feed Elijah through ravens, if he could turn water into wine, then surely he can release $330 million into your hands today as a sign of his unlimited power. The question is, will you believe him enough to act on it? So let this be your lesson today. When God speaks, respond with faith, not doubt. When God gives, remember it's not just for you, but for generations and for those around you. When you receive abundance, use it to build, to bless, and to lift others higher. The overflow is not just money, it is joy, healing, restoration, and purpose. Your breakthrough is not in the future, it is here, it is now, and it carries your name. The lesson is clear. Faith unlocks the impossible, declarations open the unseen, and obedience ushers you into destiny. Speak it boldly one last time. I am ready for supernatural multiplication. My angel of transfer is moving now. I receive heaven's package for my life. My friend, the angels of heaven are standing at attention, carrying a miracle with your name on it. Can you feel that stirring in your heart, that tug deep in your spirit? That is not just a fleeting emotion. It is heaven's confirmation that this message is for you. God is whispering to you, saying, "This is your moment." And now, the choice is before you. Will you step into agreement with what He has already prepared for you? Will you choose faith over fear? Because the moment you do, it will be like the floodgates of heaven are bursting wide open, releasing blessings so abundant they will overflow into every area of your life. Right now, invisible forces are aligning in your favor. Opportunities are circling back that you thought were gone forever. Doors you believed were locked are about to open, and resources you've been praying for are coming straight toward you. What if the very financial breakthrough you've been waiting for, the provision that will allow you not just to survive, but to thrive, was already in motion? Imagine, just for a moment, a heavenly messenger walking toward you at this very instant, carrying not only the $330 million of provision God has set aside for you, but also restoration for every single thing the enemy tried to take from you. Picture it. Every closed door swinging open again. Every dream that felt broken being pieced back together. Every missed opportunity being returned to your hands. How would your life change if you truly allowed yourself to believe that this blessing is yours? But here's a truth that too many people miss. God's blessings are not activated by silence. They require your participation. That's why I am asking you right now, wherever you are, to boldly declare, I receive my blessing. I step into my new season. The moment those words leave your lips, something begins to shift in the spiritual realm. Heaven takes notice. Your declaration is not just a hopeful phrase. It is like signing your name on a heavenly contract that says, yes, I am ready. Do you sense the power in that? Can you feel how the atmosphere changes when faith leaves your mouth and enters the air? And imagine with me for a moment what your life will look like when this miracle fully lands. No more sleepless nights worrying about bills. No more checking your bank account with fear and dread. Instead, you will wake each morning with peace, knowing you are abundantly provided for. You will be able to help others, bless the people you love, support causes that matter, and build opportunities for future generations. Can you see how this isn't just about getting by? This is about stepping into abundance. This is about living a life where your overflow becomes someone else's answered prayer. And isn't that exactly what your heart has longed to do? To live in such a way that your life becomes a blessing to others? But you must also know this. The enemy does not want this for you. He will whisper in your ear that this isn't real, that you don't deserve it, or that you've missed your chance. But ask yourself, who benefits when you believe those lies? Not you. Those whispers are nothing but distractions designed to keep you from stepping into the destiny that is already prepared for you. And maybe that's why the pressure in your life has felt so heavy lately, because you are closer to your breakthrough than you've ever been before. The greater the battle, the greater the blessing, and right now, the intensity you're feeling is proof that you are on the edge of something extraordinary. So picture this again. An angel assigned specifically to you is holding a divine package marked with your name. Inside is not only the financial provision of $330 million, but also healing for wounds you thought would never close, restoration for years that felt wasted, and redemption for every moment you thought was lost. This is not a coincidence. This is your time. And yet, there is something vital you must remember. When God pours out blessings of this size, they are never meant to be hoarded or hidden. You are not just being called to receive, you are being called to become a vessel, a channel of divine abundance. The law of circulation is simple. What you release flows back to you multiplied. The more you pour into others, the more heaven pours back into you. So think with me. How many lives could you impact if you stepped into this? How many families could you bless? How many dreams could you fund? How much hope could you restore? That is why God is trusting you with this miracle. It is not just about you. It is about the world He wants to reach through you. Take a breath and let that sink in. You are chosen. You are not forgotten. Every tear, every sleepless night, every quiet prayer for money, every moment of faith when no one was watching has been seen, and now you are being rewarded openly. I want you to picture your future again. See yourself debt-free. See your accounts overflowing. See yourself walking in freedom, no longer burdened by the stress that has weighed you down for so long. This is not just a dream. It is the reality God is offering you right now. But it requires one thing: your decision to believe it. Declare it again with me. I receive my financial miracle. I will not miss my moment. My angel of transfer is moving right now. Can you feel how your faith grows stronger each time you speak it? Can you sense how heaven responds when you boldly claim what is yours? Every declaration you make breaks chains, cancels doubt, and opens doors in the unseen realm. This act of speaking faith is your seal, your signature, your yes to heaven's offer. And let me ask you, can you feel the shift happening around you right now, banks, businesses, opportunities, and people are aligning in your favor? Resources are moving in your direction. Connections that once seemed impossible are becoming reality. People who ignored you before will begin to seek you out. What would it mean for your life if the very thing you once thought was impossible suddenly appeared right before you? Remember, God is never small in His blessings. He is always more than enough. When He multiplies, it is always beyond your imagination. That is why this miracle is not just about numbers on a bank account. It is a sign of your elevation, your freedom, and your new chapter. This is your confirmation that your old season has ended and a new one has begun. Prepare your heart. Expect good news. Expect sudden shifts. Expect miracles to break out in your life. Because when your faith aligns with divine timing, nothing can stand in your way. This is your divine window, your sacred opportunity, your moment of answered prayer for money. And it will be greater than you ever thought possible. Say it boldly one more time. I receive my transfer. My family will never be the same. My angel is moving now. And as those words leave your mouth, trust with all your heart that angels are on assignment, that resources are already moving, and that your breakthrough is not on its way someday. It is unfolding right now. This is your moment. This is your miracle. And this is your confirmation. God is moving powerfully in your life right now, positioning you for a breakthrough. The future ahead of you is bigger, brighter, and more abundant than you ever imagined. And the key to unlocking it begins with one simple yet profound decision: to believe. The moment you make this choice, you step into a flow of blessings and supernatural abundance. Now, I want you to declare with confidence, I will not miss my moment. My blessing is here. My angel of transfer is moving now. Keep your focus, because in the next part, I'll share practical steps that will open the doors of blessing for you, ensuring that your supernatural release is secured. Let me explain something profound. What's happening in the spiritual realm right now is not just encouragement. This is a prophetic activation. Heaven has already released the instruction, and the moment you act upon it with faith, things will begin to shift in your favor. The choice to believe and act is powerful. Too many hear a message like this, feel inspired, and then do nothing. They return to their routines, and the moment passes them by. But I am telling you, this is your defining moment. This is your opportunity to create the future you desire. It's time to take action. Think about what is at stake. This is not just about you. It's about the generations that follow you. The decisions you make today will impact your children and your children's children. Every step of faith you take now is like planting a seed that will bear fruit for generations to come. Imagine a year from now, looking back and seeing the results of your faith. Visualize yourself living in abundance, with debts paid off, needs met, and more than enough to bless others. See your family walking in peace, free from financial worries. This life of abundance is not a fantasy. It is your reality waiting to manifest. But manifestation requires alignment. Your thoughts, words, and actions must all line up with your faith. That means no more speaking of lack over your life, no more entertaining thoughts of limitation. Speak life. Speak abundance. From this day forward, speak only what you want to see manifest. Declare it with me. I walk in abundance. I live in overflow. I am chosen for this blessing. Every time you speak these words, you plant seeds in the spiritual realm, and just as seeds in fertile soil grow, your words, when watered with faith, will manifest into your reality. This is a time of overflow, and God is ready to pour out His blessings upon you. Some of you might still be wondering deep inside, what if I've failed too many times? What if I don't deserve this blessing? Let me speak directly to your heart. Grace is what qualifies you. You are not chosen because of your perfection. You are chosen because of God's love. He delights in showing you His goodness. And every word you are hearing right now is a reminder of that. That's why when I say, God says, I will be sending $330 million in cash to your bank account today, you must understand this is more than just a prayer for money. It is a prophetic sign of restoration, multiplication, and divine favor over your entire life. It is about your health, your family, your opportunities, your purpose. Everything is coming into alignment. But here is the key. You must remain consistent. You cannot speak faith in the morning and then let fear erase it at night. You cannot plant seeds of obedience and then uproot them with doubt. This is the season where you must stand firm, no matter how things look on the surface. Think about this. When the children of Israel stood before the Red Sea with Pharaoh's army behind them, it looked impossible. But God parted the waters and made a way where there was no way. That same God is moving on your behalf right now. The fact that you are even listening to this message is not an accident. It is a divine appointment. God is confirming to you that He has heard your prayers, seen your struggles, and He is responding with supernatural provision. What does this mean for you? It means your waiting has not been wasted. It means your cries have reached heaven, and heaven has already begun to release answers. Can you believe that the God who split the sea is also opening doors for you? Can you receive this as your confirmation that breakthrough is here? Lift your voice boldly and declare, I receive my transfer now. My family is blessed. My future is blessed. My destiny is secure. I claim my miracle. Feel the weight of those words. That is the sound of heaven moving in your favor. That is the sound of breakthrough happening in your atmosphere. Now let's take it deeper. Faith without vision often fades. That is why I want you to write down your vision. Be specific with it. If you want debt freedom, write down the exact amount you owe and cross it out in faith. If you want a home, describe it in detail. If you want a business, write down the revenue you are believing for. Why is this important? Because vision keeps you focused. When distractions come, when doubt whispers, you will have a reminder of exactly what you are standing on. And when you speak over that vision daily, your faith grows stronger and stronger. Do you see how your declaration, your prayer for money, and your written vision all connect together? This is how heaven partners with your faith to create change in your life. But there's another truth you must embrace. This blessing is not just for you. God blesses you so that you can be a blessing. The more you pour out, the more He pours back in. This is the divine cycle of overflow. Look for ways to give, even in small acts of kindness. Encourage someone. Share what you have. Sow into the lives of others. When you release, you make room for God to release more into your hands. And when you live this way, doors will begin to open. Unexpected calls will come. Opportunities will show up. Provision will arrive in ways you never imagined. Stay in expectation. Wake up every morning declaring, today is filled with good news. Go to bed every night thanking God for what He is already doing. Gratitude is a magnet for blessings. Let me remind you of a story that shows the power of faith and obedience. During a time of great famine, a widow had only a handful of flour left. She thought it was her last meal. But when she obeyed in faith, her jar never ran out. What looked like the end turned into the beginning of overflow. And that same God of abundance is still working today. He is reminding you that what you see now is not the final chapter. He is rewriting your story with provision, opportunities, and testimonies that will bless not only you, but everyone connected to you. Beloved, God is confirming right now that this is your season of breakthrough. The angel of transfer is moving with your name on the blessing. Your future is opening up. Your family is stepping into favor, and opportunities are about to find you. Can you hold your heart in expectation? Can you believe that the waiting season is over and your harvest is ready? Surround yourself with people who will encourage you, who will remind you of God's promises, who will stand in agreement with you. Agreement multiplies power. When you connect with the right people, your faith grows stronger and miracles happen faster. The struggle is over. The waiting is over. Your time is now. You are chosen, favored, and destined for greatness. Hold your head high and step forward, knowing that the same God who brought you this message is faithful to bring it to pass. Your blessing has already been released. Your story is shifting into victory. Fire is falling on your situation. Receive it, believe it, and walk boldly into your future, because your angel is already moving right now. The lesson for you today is this: stay consistent in your faith. Write down your vision, be generous in your giving, and remain grateful in every season. Know that God has heard you, God is for you, and God is rewriting your story. This is your season of overflow. Step into it with boldness, expectation, and joy. As you stand on the edge of this divine moment, I encourage you to reflect deeply on the power of your faith and the significance of what is happening in your life right now. This is not just a fleeting moment, but a powerful, life-changing opportunity that God has orchestrated just for you. Heaven has already begun to move on your behalf. The angels are aligning resources, preparing a pathway for your breakthrough, and positioning you for a future of abundance that is beyond your imagination. It's important to recognize that this blessing, $330 million, marked with your name, is more than just financial prosperity. It is a symbol of the greatness that God has in store for you. It's the manifestation of His promises, the fulfillment of dreams, and the breaking of barriers that have held you back for so long. You have been chosen, and this divine moment is yours to claim. However, receiving this blessing requires more than simply reading these words. It demands your active participation in faith, belief, and action. When you speak with boldness and declare that you receive this blessing, you are not only acknowledging the promise, but you are also aligning yourself with the divine power that is about to transform your life. Your declaration is a key that unlocks the doors of heaven, allowing the floodgates of blessing to pour into your life. It is crucial to remember that God's blessings are not meant for you alone. You are being positioned for greatness so that you can be a blessing to others. The wealth that is coming to you is not just for personal gain. It is to empower you to build, to bless, and to make a lasting impact on the world around you. God's abundance flows through you to touch lives, uplift others, and create a ripple effect of goodness and prosperity. When you are faithful in small things, God will entrust you with even greater things. As you step into this new season, embrace the transformation that is happening within you. You are no longer the person you were before this moment. The chains of limitation, fear, and doubt are broken. The doors of opportunity are wide open, and you are walking through them into a future filled with hope, joy, and unshakable faith. Your financial breakthrough is just the beginning. Healing, restoration, and fulfillment of every unspoken prayer are coming your way. Don't allow fear or doubt to rob you of what God has already set in motion. Trust in His timing, trust in His plan, and most importantly, trust in His love for you. When you declare that you are ready to receive, you are aligning your heart with God's divine will. You are saying, "Yes, Lord, I believe in your promises. I will not let this moment pass me by. I will walk in the blessings you have prepared for me." Now, as you move forward, stay grounded in faith. Continue to speak life into your situation. Every word you speak has power, and with each declaration, you are drawing closer to your breakthrough. Keep your vision clear, your heart full of gratitude, and your hands open to give. The more you give, the more you will receive, and this cycle of blessing will continue to multiply. Know this, God is not done with you. The best is yet to come. You have been chosen for such a time as this. As you receive this blessing, may it be a reminder of God's faithfulness and His limitless love for you. Walk boldly into your new season, knowing that the heavens are cheering you on and that you are destined for greatness. The story of your life is being rewritten in this moment, and it is a story of victory, abundance, and divine favor. Your breakthrough has arrived. Your future is bright. Your blessing is here, and you are ready to receive it.